Hey everyone, thanks for joining us back on the Off-Grid Gumby channel. Well, today we finally got some sun. We've had 4 straight days of rain. I think the other night in a 6-hour period we got like 2 inches of rain. So it was just, so I've been having to run my generator to charge up my batteries because we've had 0 sun. But as you can see, the reason why I'm doing that, because I've been running my 12-volt air conditioner unit, and at night it's been absolutely incredible, super quiet. And since the sun is about to come out, we are going to install some projects today. But as you can see, we do have some lines coming out of the air conditioner. So, and I'm going to show you what I do with the solar panels. But today we're going to go ahead and mount a electrical box, and that will be pretty much on the cabin. All the cables will run underneath through here and then into the inside of the cabin. It's just so much easier and just use it this way versus just drilling straight holes and running it through the cabin. But I'm going to show you what we got going on today. And today's video is going to be sponsored by Garvee. Now, Garvee did reach out to me and asked if I wanted to install this 5,000 BTU window unit, which is an AC 110 powered unit, into the off-grid cabin. And I said, sure, why not? Because I am a big firm believer of redundancy. If something goes down, I want to have a backup. So my split unit is 12 volt and this is 110 AC. So if I have to take one down, I have a backup, especially here in the summer months in the south. So again, we want to thank Garvee for sending us the 5,000 BTU window unit, and we're going to install that today here later in the video. But check them out. Really easy install. If you're wondering if you buy one of these, you're like, can I install? You could probably install it in about 30 minutes and have it fully operational. So let's get back to the video. Again, we want to thank Garvee for sending us the 5,000 BTU window unit. So like I mentioned, this is a weatherproof box, and you can use it for electrical, but I've got it on Amazon for about $12. And really simple. It's got a rubber seal that goes around to keep everything, all the water and moisture out. But what I'm going to have to do is drill 2 holes on the bottom, or use my cutout or my step-up bit and drill 2 holes, and then basically that will come up through the bottom and then go out to the back, and then this will bolt up to the back of the cabin using these screws. And then I'll pretty much put silicone on it to prevent water and everything, and then I'll put some foam in there as well. But yeah, so let's get to it. Okay, so now we got our holes drilled, and basically it's going to run up from the underneath here and then run up into there, and then we're going to mount the box right there. So let's go ahead and drill our hole. And always make sure there's nothing on the other side. Okay, so I've got my holes drilled. Now let's go in there and disconnect the solar cable and the AC power cable so we can run our stuff out. Man, I've got my boots on because it's still so muddy, and it's getting humid too. Man, I tell you, work here on the homestead never seems to end. We can go ahead and disconnect our solar. If I can do this, these are always tough. There we go. And then we'll run this out the window like that. And then we're going to have to disconnect our battery for our AC. And our AC is a 12 volt Okay, so we're going to run all our lines through the back here. I think they should all fit, hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, I was able to get all of those in here. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this screw on just to hold it. Just like that. And then I can... Okay, so let's go ahead and loosen this up. And what we're going to do is we're going to place some silicone on the back of this. Oh, this is white clear silicone. Have a whole lot of water coming in. And we're going to go ahead and put our unit back up on the wall. Okay, and then we'll put 2 more screws in. And put one up here. Man, it's getting humid already. Whew. Okay. Now we got our box securely fastened. We've got the screws up there. Got the wires come in. I may tie wrap that, I don't know. And then I'll spray some foam on the bottom so I don't have any mice or anything running up in there. And I may put some silicone around the edge. I really would like some clear silicone, but I just got white, so white's going to have to do. So, okay. So I will be using that white silicone at the edges. So just kind of try to make it a little nicer. I don't feel like going out and spending another $7 just for a little bit of silicone. I tell you, prices of everything has just gone way up. It's crazy. And I'm just using a little bit of painter's tape to cover the box up on this side so it doesn't look like a big old goob mess. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and run our silicone. Of course, you always want to have a napkin. It's always good to have a little bit of water too, because that'll help apply the silicone. So man, silicone's always messy. I don't know why. God, got it all over my hands and but take some water and just run your finger over it just like that. Okay, so now I want to do some tie wraps on this thing just to make it a little bit more nicer. You know, you don't have to do it, but I want to put some tie wraps on here. Just to keep everything nice and tight. And so I'm going to put some tie wraps on here just to make it look semi okay. And then I'm going to have to spray some foam in the bottom so I don't have my crispy critters running up in here. Okay. And then once we got all the tie wraps, got the lines all nice, we'll go ahead and put some rubber clamps to hold it to the wall so we don't have a sag. Okay, now I got some clamps I'm gonna have to put on, and guess I'll just run it along the line here. Let's start with the one right here. Okay. Let me see if I got some screws. Okay. I've got all that. We'll go ahead and close this up for now. Probably got to get ready for church, but I'll put some foam on the bottom of that. But I've got the lines ran up, got my drain lines, got it all sealed up as well. If you look at the caulking on here, looks pretty good, came up pretty good. So that's got a watertight seal. I did have to put some caulk up there. That looks pretty ugly, but had no choice. And I think we're done for out here. Now we're done out here for now. I am also going to install a window unit today after church, and it's a 5,000 BTU. The reason why I'm installing that, because a lot of folks probably ask me, well, you got a 12,500 split 12 volt in there. Yes, I do, but I'm a big believer in redundancy, and if I had to take the battery system down or do anything right there, at least I have a backup for my air conditioner. So I'll show you that here in just a second, and I think we're pretty much done outside. It's humid. So many of you who've watched my solar panel install saw that I had the panels set up right there, and it was some great sun, but I just didn't want, when people drove by, to see it from the road, and you know, I didn't want to let people know I'm running solar. So what I did is I moved the panels to over there. I don't know if you guys can see the top. This kind of driveway slopes down, and I figure if I got it over there, it would be hard to see. So I moved them last week, and let me tell you, that was a lot of work, moving all 6 solar panels, the mounts, and disconnecting and doing everything again like I did here. But as you can see, my front lawn is open and clear now. We've got some dead grass over there. I don't know, probably from the panels laying down, probably burnt the grass, but no, it'll grow back. But you know, if you look right there, there's the panels, and it's kind of hard to see from the front. Like I said, it slopes down, and thought it would be better suited if I had it over there. So that was one of the projects I did last week. And then of course I've got my line running. I've got to bury that, and it runs all the way to where we put that box right there by the AC. So looks pretty good. So let's go inside, and I've got a couple other things I need to do. Okay, so I've got my wires all coming in from the outside from that junction box, or box, electrical box, and I'm going to tie wrap these things and make them look neat and hook everything up. But yeah, and then this is what's going to go in the window today. Hopefully after church I'll have it done. So let's go ahead and clean this up, make it look good, and then I'll show you the final what it looks like. Okay, I've got all my lines connected. If you look at the positive and negative from the AC, and also my positive and negative from my solar. So I have 4 lines coming in. two going to the negative of the battery and two going to the positive. Now I will be getting a new battery system here in the next week or so from Lead Time. Lead Time is replacing these with several batteries to run my air conditioner. And from the battery, it goes straight to the Lead Time 40 amp 14.6 battery charger right there. And then for my solar, I need to mount this circuit breaker a little bit nicer. And all right, so installing a window unit is fairly easy. Basically, you're going to have to install this brace, and that will hold your window in. And they do give you some hardware to put up in there. So let's see what we got. Okay, you got four screws that are going to be up in here. Okay, let's see. Okay. And then of course you're going to have to install this accordion piece right here, and it looks just like this. And basically they go down into these tracks right here, and we're going to go ahead and install that real quick. So basically you're going to slide this piece right down in there. And then the top piece, once it gets in, is going to slide into your bracket right there. Okay, once you got your unit set down, make sure that it's behind this window frame, so that way you can open and close your expansion or your accordion. So as you can see, this bracket that I installed on the top is going to hold the AC from falling backwards. And they do give a screw here, which you're going to have to screw in to hold the unit. And then of course, your accordions are going to slide out as well. So, okay, we got the unit all mounted in here. We've got our accordion pieces right here. Now just remember, now when you mount this in your window, you're gonna have to secure it with some screws, so it'll be you won't be able to open and close this window. So we're gonna go ahead and let's see if I can find some self-tapping screws here. Now they will include this foam piece, and that foam piece will go along the bottom to prevent air or hot air coming in and bugs. So what you do is just tear it, and then you can slide it in there before you bolt or screw everything down. Okay, we've got all our brackets holding our accordion in. We've got our foam. Yeah, everything's good to go. The window's secured, ain't going nowhere. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Now Garvee does include a remote control with the air conditioner unit, but it does take AAA batteries, and it's not included in the pack. Now what you're going to get the foam that I showed you. You're going to get the accordions for your left and right side. You're going to get all the mounting hardware and screws, the foam, the brace bracket for the window, and an instruction manual. Now the energy guide saying $54 a year, and we'll see how good that is. Now I tested this unit with my Blue Eddy power station, and I was drawing 600 watts on high, at the coolest temperature. So it's not bad. You know, 600 watts. My split air AC runs 600 watts on level 6 all the way down to 68 degrees, blowing full on a 12 volt system. So that gives you a little bit of difference. You can tell between a 12 volt and a regular 110 AC. Now 12 volts always going to be better efficiency, always better to run to save your batteries, but you know, there'll be some times there it's going to be 106 degrees out. Compressor hasn't kicked in yet. They say it's about 2 minutes or so for the unit to ramp up and then start blowing. So just on the fan alone, I'm showing 95 watts, but this is going to bump up to about 600 watts here in just a second. Okay, the AC compressor just kicked in and we are at 400, 500. Like I said, I've seen it at 630, 640. Well, there it is, folks. Couple of projects I needed to work out here at the off-grid cabin at the homestead, and simple, easy. I mean, if you take your time and kind of research it, a lot of these things that I'm doing is fairly simple, but sometimes you do need an extra hand, and when you do need the extra hand, I can make some calls and I have some folks come out. But yeah, really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed the installs or just some of the stuff that I do here. I don't say on a daily basis, but there's enough work that keeps me busy. And yesterday I did the whole front yard. This Kentucky is growing pretty good, so I'm proud of it. If it wasn't going to rain today, I would have sprayed all those weeds back here, and I need to run the mower on that, but the ground is still kind of soft. So, you know, if you enjoyed the video, I appreciate it. Giving it a subscribe. If it's your first time to the channel, give a thumbs up, man. And so if you got any questions, put them in the box below and I'll answer them the best I can. So until the next video, this has been Off Grid Gumby out.